Previously on Forsyth Fantasy Hour. So when you are in Sundew, everything feels really different. Physically, the town is pretty much the same, other than the entrance in the town is completely destroyed because Urva, the construct, has completely walked through it.
So it feels like a ghost town.
Almost.
That kind of uneasy, like, ghost town feeling.
Yeah.
Except, like, we know there's people because there's huge golems. Just the one golem?
There are multiple. My proposition is simple. We hand over one of your friends for an exchange for one of mine. During a long fight with the party, she ended up stabbing the Winter Wolf, who revealed his name to be Roderick, with a dagger coated in a cursed poison. It was also revealed that the Black Spider was a part of a group known as the Insect Glaive, who had an interest in well forges. They had already found two others, the Foral Well and the Forge of Malice, which created the poison that caused Roderick to shrink in size. Because this particular cave was being guarded by a spirit that kept creatures with malicious intent from entering the well forge. You realize the letter doesn't say anything on it, doesn't even have your address. The only thing it has is a symbol that looks directly similar to the symbol that you wear on your cloak. And then someone comes into the library, and it's Astrid, and she gives you another letter. She goes, and don't worry, this is information from me that I've gotten at the deli. There's a place up north of here called Sundew. This gives you the chance to go on your adventure. So, Spark, I need you to call everyone off right now. We resolve this peacefully. Trust me, you don't want to fight me. I'm the departed guardian you forgot about. Mayor Quentin has revealed himself to be a departed guardian. This will be the first of many surprises in store for Emmi Hilltopper and Jak Pilgrim. Quentin, he steps up and he swings one of his paws, because, he's a literal griffin now.
Quentin Griffin.
he swings it at Zert and kind of sends them flying. And as he's kind of stepping closer, everybody's kind of like backing away from him except for Zorva. Zorva's standing her ground. And so Ander, Emmi, Jak, you kind of all move to like get sort of like side by side with Quentin, because he's kind of taking control of everything. And then Green Kid is still at the steps of the manor, and Quentin is like eyeing Zorva right now. Doesn't say anything, doesn't attack her. He's just kind of eyeing her. Do you guys do anything?
I'm in my encounter with Gray, so I'm thinking
yeah. Like, you've taken enough time to take a step back, so you're not necessarily fighting him anymore. Mm-hmm. But
I do a little test. I call out Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah.
He kind of shakes his head and he goes to like your attention.
Lawrence, go to sleep.
Gray just starts falling to the ground and he goes to sleep. And Zorva turns and looks, and like she's about to say something, but Quentin kind of like steps in front of her.
Nice. So what did you want to do?
Well, I just thought that because when he came out, I just thought, okay, this is great. I'm going to let him handle this. We've got Quentin, we've got Ander. So I thought I saw sort of backed up a little bit towards going towards Roderick.
Do you want to hide behind someone because you can?
Because I can
do that as a halfling.
How about that? Well, that's what I meant. Well, if I go back towards where Roderick is.
I mean,
or is that too far?
I was gonna head over towards where Roderick is and just drop off Gray over there if you wanted to hide behind us.
I mean, I would say if you guys get too close over there, Roderick's presence hasn't been known.
That
yet,
is true.
So you might have a chance of like exposing him, and then that would expose Jarrus too.
Right. I mean, like the other thing is like I could just like leave Gray in that general area, and maybe like Roderick will just like sneak over there and like drag him over to his little hiding spot. Yeah. So it's like we won't go directly to Roderick, but like I'll try to gesture to Roderick, like pick up this fool too.
Also, with green kid. I thought before when he wasn't on the steps any longer. Remember
he's close enough to the steps. Yeah, you're right.
Because I thought that when he hit the steps and that thing bolted him off, I thought that it bolted him off to the side somewhere.
It did, yes. Okay. Yeah, thank you for the clarification.
Okay, so I just didn't know if he was off to the side enough to where
if he's closer to us or if he's
closer to us.
Everyone.
Can I sort of nonchalantly check on him?
He's pretty far away from you.
Okay, good. Okay, all right.
No, you're more closer to like your group of friends.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of backing away. Jak, you are starting to drag Gray kind of like closer to your group, and I'll say like you get the recall blade back that you borrowed from
good.
him.
I was not even thinking about this.
That's a good idea.
I was like, wait, hold on. Okay, I want that back.
Yeah. So Quentin's still looking at Zorva. He changes back into his human form, so he drops the spell, and he's standing like face to face with her. All right, Miss Spark, let me tell you the deal, and let me tell you what's happening right now. If you go outside, a little outside Shadow Village, Sylvian is waiting for you there, with a half-orc named Sunder Blackflag. You know, I didn't want any altercations, and he kind of like glances at Ander, and he turns back to her. He goes, I want to handle this as peacefully as possible. I wanted to avoid having casualties. Looks like we've already had one. And he gestures towards Spleen. And he goes, so I'm not happy about this situation at all. And let me tell you, that gunshot wound you got right there ain't looking too good. So if you want your friend back and if you want to, survive this situation, you're going to have to listen to me. And she kind of just stands and doesn't say anything. And he goes, that's my offer. We have a drop-off point. We already have your prisoner, our prisoner back. We got the kid back. Sylvie will be waiting for you there. No troubles whatsoever. And he's like, you can have my word on that.
What about Ander?
Ander's just kind of, he hasn't said anything. He's kind of kept his mouth shut.
And can Quentin overrule Ander since he is the mayor?
Yeah, well, technically.
Yeah,
I mean, especially in this situation, where...
Because remember, we had conflicting stuff coming out.
Well, Ander doesn't really have any authority in Sundew.
That's true.
Quentin's the only one who technically
It's
does.
like Ander has a presence, but it's not like authority.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That was my confusion before. Like, okay, what do we do?
No, Ander's just kind of like the town hero, along with you. Like, he has no more authority than you two.
Right.
Yeah. And so Zorva just kind of stands there, and she's like holding her side still. And she goes, okay, we will take that deal. She goes, but I still don't trust any of you. One of your people will have to go with one of mine. And she turns at Green Kid. She goes, Green Kid, you're going to go to the drop-off point. And he kind of nods, and he picks himself up, and he puts his little bag on, and he kind of looks at her. He's like, well I got the machine. You want me to give this to Zert? I mean, Burnt Knight? And then she kind of nods, like, yes, that'd be good. And he starts walking over, and he's giving the thing over. And she goes, who do you send to go with Green Kid?
Quentin's got the authority on this, but I think while this conversation's happening, I think I'm kind of talking with Emmi.
Okay.
And I'm probably going like, I think you should go with Elliot. Also, I still have the siphon stone on me. Like, I've taken it out of the bag.
Well, they've already seen it.
They've seen it. I kind of want. I don't know if like. I kind of want you to like bring it with you and like kind of ask Elliot about it, but like kind of like low key. Plus, like if you guys like get to go to the drop off point together, it'd just be the two of you. So like you'd have some downtime. So it's like it would be cool for you to get to know what the siphon stone is and to even have it like with you. Because I don't know like if it'd be good around me and Jarrus, who I know is knocked out, but like the minute he wakes up, like I'm kind of scared he like will bring out some sort of like weird thing or something, you know. So it's better for him to not have his things with him. Yeah, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, I guess it also depends on
to figure out what it is.
Yeah, I just didn't know if Quentin already had in mind what he was going to do.
I mean, I could always interject. I'm loud.
Yeah. Quentin tells Zorva, he said, I have in mind someone to go. So we'll have that taken care of. Just give us a minute. I'm sure we all have to tend to our own wounds. He said, but in by the hour, we'll go off with Green Kid. And she kind of looks, and he goes, lady, you got no other options. So it's either do this or keep fighting. And let me tell you, I'm going to kill you if you keep doing that, especially in my town. And she turns and she goes, okay, we'll be on our way. Green Kid will still stay here, and we won't trouble you anymore if there is no trouble to be had. And she kind of turns and winces, but she walks proudly away. And she makes a gesture towards Zert, who starts messing with the machine, kind of summoning all of the constructs. Mm-hmm. So Nicholas kind of gets up, still kind of reforming from Emmi's attack from him. The Displacer Beast is called back, and so they all start moving back as Irva once again kind of shouts in this loud, like, monotonous tone, like, because you can't hear her voice, it's just groans. Oh. And they start leaving. As all of this
Spleen is leaving with them too. Right?
Spleen starts to get up. You can tell that you can still see parts of him, like his organic body, still attached to the stone, but his head and his torso has been completely covered. And his hands are reattaching themselves to his body. And he is walking away and droopy.
So his hands are coming back? So he has like stone hands?
The hands, when they jumped on top of him, they kind of like fastened themselves back into where they used to be.
Oh.
And so he starts walking away, and Droopy's like calling out to him, but he's not responding. And Spleen's just walking along with them. And Zorva looks and she waves at Green Kid, and he just kind of stands there. And he stands outside of the gate, and he kind of draws his spear, and he starts sharpening it with a little whetstone. And he kind of looks at all of you, and he's like, "Don't worry, take your time. I'll wait until we go." He's like, "I won't cause you any trouble." And you can see that, like, little bits of him are kind of bleeding from when he got blown up earlier. Like, he didn't have a good chance to dress all of his wounds. So Quentin turns and looks at the two of you, and then looks back at Ander, and he decks him right in the face.
Whoa, really?
And he goes, "Ander, I know we've never seen eye to eye on a bunch of things, but what you did was insanely stupid. What the hell were you thinking? You think you could take all these people on by yourself?" And Anders just on the floor. He doesn't say anything. And he kicks him, and he goes, "Come on, get up. Get up. Tell me your whole plan. What were you trying to do? Trying to ambush them? With the stuff from the Wellforge? The one I told you to destroy in the first place?"
Mm-hmm, you did.
And it said, "Well, I didn't think they would be destroyed." He goes, "Well, yeah, there's a lot of things you don't know about Wellforges. Once one's gone, everything gets shut down after that." He goes, "Yeah, it wouldn't have worked. Like I told you before in our meeting." And he turns and he looks at you guys.
I guess I'd say, actually, he's right, because we did shut it down, and everything shut down. None of my stuff that was enhanced is enhanced anymore. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, and I didn't tell you that because, I didn't want to discourage you guys from
destroying the forge.
Yeah, because that's, like I've always said, nothing good could come out of these things. And I'm sorry I haven't been super truthful towards everything.
Yeah. Nice getup.
You're welcome, Mr. Matthews. It's good to finally...
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Short Marsh?
Yes, that's my name.
Cool.
By the way, over here in the corner, we have Roderick. We have a present.
Over to Roderick.
Yeah. Roderick has someone that we've been hiding.
And so once Roderick kind of looks and sees, and he does it to where Green Kid's not particularly paying any attention. He kind of drags over an unconscious Jarrus. Mm-hmm. And Gwen said, yeah, you, Jack, I think you mentioned that you got him, but that's that'll be pretty good too. We can get him over back to the insect glaive as well.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, they don't.
But why? Okay,
wait, what?
Hold on. Why are we giving these people back?
Freely.
Why are we why are we putting the glaive back together?
He kind of looks around and he's like, we should probably talk inside about some of this. I don't want Green Kid to know.
Gotcha.
My thought was that we would have, because she doesn't even know we have him, that we would have him as a secret prisoner.
Yes, no, they definitely don't know that he's here.
Yeah.
As he says that, he goes, Did you ever check him or anything?
Well, we have his
In
bag.
what way? We have his bag.
He walks over and he kind of like pushes back one of his ears and he looks on the other side, and then he opens Jairus's mouth, and on the roof of his mouth he pulls something. It's a mechanical spider.
Of course.
And he smashes it.
Of course. They know.
Good.
Never mind.
Sylvian told me where you can find these. So
cool.
Yeah, that's how they'll communicate. It's either behind their ears or underneath their mouth.
Golly.
Cool.
And this one was like way smaller
than the one that you must have destroyed.
Right, yeah.
And he looks over at Droopy and he calls him over as well. And Droopy, he kind of has like tears welled up in his eyes, and he walks over and he sees all of you.
And I hug him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna go back up to the manor.
Okay.
And I think you put your poncho. You do something to kind of hide Jairus. So that Green Kid just doesn't know that he's there.
Yeah, something. I think what I do is like we put Gray on Roderick's back, but then like Jairus is still on his back, and they're both kind of knocked out or asleep, and I put that robe
over them.
Yeah, my not useful item robe on them. But yeah, so that I have their stuff, and so that Green Kid doesn't know.
Yeah, because you have a bag, but Quentin doesn't know that that's not your bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bag.
Yeah.
As you guys are walking back up to the manor, and Anders like checking all the different steps to make sure there's no traps that you guys are going to set off. Green Kid does kind of notice you guys do have something. Like he notices that there's something on top of Roderick, but he can't tell what it is. But he is now kind of keeping a watch on you. Okay. So when you guys go into the manor, you shut the doors, you realize he's kind of stopped doing his own thing, and he is just patiently watching.
Cool. Do I in any way give him any kind of look? Is that okay to just kind of look his way? And
you can.
Gave him a half smile, but nonchalantly, of course, because I don't want to give him away.
He doesn't
respond
at all.
Okay.
Even like a short smile, he looks at you like you're anybody else.
Okay. I mean, that could put him in terrible danger.
So, you guys are in the manor. Quentin shuts the doors. There's nobody there. Not even the
workers.
The one worker, Catherine. She's not even there.
Okay. And
you guys kind of all pull up a table and you all sit down. And Quentin says, "Okay, I need to know everything that's happened." I gotta keep doing the gruffer voice. Sorry if I sound like Spleen.
Try to do more Clint Eastwood.
Oh, there you go.
So you guys gotta tell me what's going on.
That's it. There we go. That's it.
Okay.
You guys gotta tell me everything that's happened with the Wellforge. So Emmi and Jak tell Quentin everything that's happened. The destruction of the Wellforge design, Jairus' deception, the arrest and escape from the District 6 officers. Quentin is relieved that the Wellforge is no longer active, and explains that the only way for these forges to be destroyed is by removing and containing its energy into a set of gauntlets designed by the departed Guardians. Speaking of the Guardians, Quentin reassures our heroes that what he said was true. Other than Jak and himself, there are no more departed Guardians. Most were lost when the insect glaive attacked them, that's how Paladin Pilgrim died, or were lost afterwards as they were hunted down and killed by assassins, or, more likely, the Hive King himself. So before any of these attacks, Quentin was tasked with finding a new base for the Guardians, and after he left, that's when everyone was killed. Quentin spent most of his years in hiding, trying to learn what he could about the group that killed his friends. Eventually, he stopped pursuit and just laid low. However, when he learned Maddox Stonecutter was seeking a Wellforge, and there were rumors of a man named Jak Pilgrim running about, he sprung into action. Quentin tells Jak that he was the one who gave him that letter in Sixport, and was the one who told Astrid to send him to Sundew. He also tells Jak that Astrid, Nyx, and Ophelia are safe and away from the insect glaive and all of this trouble. But he doesn't tell them where they are. Quentin explains that when all of this is done, he wants to train a new generation of Guardians, starting with Jak and Emmi, so they can stop these well forges, putting an end to this once and for all. But first, Emmi needs a set of gauntlets. Conveniently, there's a hidden room in Weapons and Gear containing a set of gauntlets, left there for just this reason. So, together everyone decides and divides up the roles on who will go where. Emmi will go with Green Kid to the drop-off point, taking Jarrus along with them, giving him back to the insect glaive. Once Sylvian and Jarrus are back with the glaive, Sylvian is going to escape and never come back to the group, an agreement that Quentin and himself made before the attack on Sundew. Droopy is going to scout ahead to see where the insect glaive is going next. Ander, at Quentin's request, will stay in Sundew as backup and protection. Jak and Gray will go to Weapons and Gear to retrieve Emmi's gauntlets. As everyone's roles are being assigned, they use the Smorb as a map, which begins to glow. The Smorb's glow is only going off around Roderick, and when he taps his nose on it, another forge is shown on the map, right next to the drop-off point. Quentin is surprised, but decides that he will go and check out this forge, which he assumes is the Well Forge of Malice. So everyone gets ready and begins to leave.
The things that we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
One, we need to do this whole drop-off with Sylvian so that he can go with them and then bounce out.
Yeah.
That's one less member we have to worry about. Two, Emmi, we got to get you a pair of gauntlets.
Okay.
Because we're gonna have to start bringing up the Guardians back. And then three, hey, we're close to a couple forges. We need to shut these things down
Sure.
and stop them where they are.
Gotcha.
Because I don't know what their intentions are. I don't know what this whole siphon stone thing's about.
I hand it to Emmi.
That
I'm just
okay
for inventory's sake.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even with Quentin there, I don't know that I couldn't just say to him, "Hey, by the way, have you ever seen one of these, or what do you know about this?"
Oh, I feel like you could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's one plan.
So
That's a plan.
and then having Droopy go and then track
Oh, do the tracking.
track
Yeah.
where they're heading next because as Quentin is saying, he goes, look, these are the people we're gonna have to stop. We're all in the same vicinity of one another. We can start following, we can start stopping them where they're going. Now we can start shutting down these forges, we can start hitting them where it hurts. And then after all this is said and done, the three of us are gonna have to go off for a little bit. Now, I'm gonna have to teach you everything I know, and then gonna have to basically do the whole thing over again and make sure that these forges stay stopped and that stay deactivated.
And in a sense, that kind of shuts them down. Their whole motive is the forges. If the forges are shut down, then that kind of takes the fun out of it for them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
And then once all the forges are gone, then they can't enact their final plan.
Mm-hmm.
And once that happens, then
They may just
well, then we can take them out one by one.
Mhm.
But I'm more concerned about making sure these forges stay stopped.
okay.
Yes.
Which is
And
what
then-
you did say from the get-go. I am sorry that we didn't really listen to you in the beginning.
Well,
Sorry.
there's a lot you didn't know. So
No, yeah.
that's my whole plan.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
As a gameplay thing, does that make sense?
Yeah. Now, meanwhile, is Ander in the room?
Yeah, Andrew's there.
Okay. I mean, I'm just asking that question because he did say, let's go inside and talk. And we left Green Kid outside.
Yeah.
We've got Gray
Asleep.
Yeah.
and Jarrus asleep.
Yeah, I know what you're
So
thinking.
those two-
we're in the manor. I think all of us that are inside the manor are in the room.
Are in the room.
Yeah.
And then those two, I guess, are asleep.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I just wondered if he was saying anything at
Right.
Who?
all. Ander.
No, he hasn't said a word.
Yeah.
Well, other than
that he was going to go for one thing, but he's kind of...
And he did get punched in the face.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's kind of locked down in Sundew.
Yeah.
So that's Anders' role.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna stay there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess with all this, I kind of pull Droopy aside just so that I could tell him something.
Okay.
I tell him, be on the lookout for, I don't know if you remember my little pet mouse.
Oh,
Yeah, so you're talking to Droopy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I told him to go
He's talking
get
to
Roderick,
Droopy.
but it looked like my mouse went off to go find Sylvian. So I'm pretty sure he's over there, and I think he could help you a lot. Are you good with animals, Droopy?
I like animals.
I'm sure he'd like you too. So, just kind of, you find him, I got it. Give him this, and I kind of like, what is a little item that I could give? Oh, I got it. I'll give Droopy my dragon tooth dagger so that
Oh, okay.
yeah, like both Droopy, like I know for sure is armed, and like
he'll recognize it.
once Dax sees him, like he'll recognize he
Okay.
has the dagger.
Yeah, because Droopy had an enchanted bow from the Wellforge, but that's now
No
gone.
longer
But yeah,
enchanted.
so if he has the dragon tooth tattoo, tattoo.
I
Yeah,
tattoo.
if he had the dragon tooth tattoo, no, Droopy is definitely super cool. His cool level just went up.
It
like-
just went up.
Okay. Yeah. So that totally works. Droopy kind of turns and goes, well, I mean, they left a good while ago, so I bet I should start heading out and making sure they don't see me. And then Quentin kind of nods. So Droopy kind of sneaks out a window. He doesn't go out the front door of the manor, and he sneaks around.
Oh, he's so good.
So he goes, I gotta call class too, so
Right.
I'll be in communications with you guys. And so he kind of runs off to go follow the insect glaive, or go follow Zorba and Zert and all of them. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I mean, like I guess like while we're here, we should ask like, where's the town? Where's the people?
The people?
Yeah.
Oh, Quentin says, once I made my deal with Sylvian, because after you guys left, I went to go talk to him, and when he said that the glaive was coming soon, that's when I, try to get people evacuating. Not everybody left. Most of them did. Some of those merchants kind of stuck around. But once they saw that stone golem coming in, they hightailed it out of here.
Okay, that's good. Should we try to get word out to them that they can come back?
He looks at Ander and he goes, Ander, unless you screw this up too, you can handle that. And then he goes, you know what? You better go get a start on that. So Ander kind of gets up and goes, like, yeah, I can do that. And so he starts walking outside of the manor. He walks out the front door, so he goes down the steps.
Gosh, anything else? Anything else you think?
Is there something you'd like to do?
Yes, actually, there's something that I would like to do.
Okay.
It just occurred to me that since I'm a 5th level cleric now, that
Okay.
I can cast 3rd level spells.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Shoot, that's something we forgot to talk about.
So I have a Beacon of Hope and Revivify.
Yeah. Are those?
Those are like already prepared.
That's because of that's the life domain.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Did you want to use one of those? Like, or you
Well, there's
doing
there's another one that I'd like to prepare that I haven't prepared called Remove Curse.
Okay. Are you planning on using that on Roderick?
Yes, I would like to cast Remove Curse on Roderick.
Oh?
And since you leveled up,
Yeah.
you do have one spell to be like prepared.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I'll let you do it. Some people are like, "Oh, you can't prepare," whatever. And I'll let you do it.
There's enough of a break in the narrative too for this to be like, okay,
like you guys are technically taking a short rest.
Yeah.
So,
That would be worth it.
remove curse says at your touch, All curses affecting one creature or object end. If the object is a cursed magical item, its curse remains, but the spell breaks its owner's attunement to the object, so it can be removed or discarded. Okay.
To the object.
Huh. There's two things interesting about this. Okay, so one, yeah, so you just touch Roderick and you cast this. Roll for a dexterity saving throw.
With the
20.
D20. Oh yeah, that's.
Oh.
Yes.
What's the number with dexterity on the saving throw? Just making sure. So total, your number is
20.
Is it a 20?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
cool.
What's your health maximum? It's like a 31.
My health maximum is a 31. Yes.
Okay. It'll go down to 30.
That's fine.
So, yeah.
That's what it is.
But as soon as you touch Roderick, there is just this huge divine holy light that is coming from the entirety of the manor. You could probably even see it outside. And as you start touching Roderick, he starts kind of choking a little bit, and he starts coughing up sort of this. It almost looks like the same sludge that came from
snow mucus.
Stop.
I've been meaning to say that for a while. It didn't come up. So
okay,
but
slush.
It's kind of the same ones. Remember the green liquid that came from the well forge? It's like that, but it's black. And he just starts sort of like spitting it out into the floor of the manor. When it hits the floor, it starts evaporating. And as you guys are all watching, Roderick is slowly growing and becoming bigger. And as he keeps coughing, you start to hear just little signs of his voice, and until finally, instead of being 5 foot, he becomes 10 feet tall.
Yes.
And is nearly too big for the manor.
And I just start.
Can he fit out of the manor?
I don't know. But all Roderick says.
Oh my gosh! And I just start squealing like, yeah.
Roderick kind of turns and he looks, and he goes, 10,000 years can give you such a crick in the neck.
And I run over to him and I give him a big hug on one of his legs.
Hey everybody, Scotty here. I hope you all are enjoying this episode. Again, sorry that it's a little bit late. Long and short, this episode is 2 recording sessions meshed together. Our first recording session was relatively short, so instead of having a short episode this week, I wanted to have a longer episode. Ultimately, I think it was the right choice, and I hope you think so too. If you like what we do here, leave us a review and subscribe on Apple Podcast or whichever podcast service you use. Doesn't matter which one, Apple Podcast, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, any others. You can find all of it just by searching Forsyth Fantasy Hour. You can also find us on YouTube. Just search Forsyth Fantasy Hour. Every episode is available on YouTube on the channel Scotty Milad. Scotty, M-I-L-A-D, that's how you spell it. That is the channel where Vicky, Tristan, and I post a ton of different content, not just Forsyth Fantasy Hour. We do stuff about games, movies, occasionally Kirby. It's a lot of fun. That is our network. That is our brand. That is us. We are Scotty Milad, not just me. So I just want to jump in and remind you guys to check out some of our other stuff. But you're here for some cool D&D actual play action. We will get back into the show, but a final reminder, the next episode of Forsyth Fantasy Hour will release on April 24th. So we will see you then. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Yeah, we just had a very big moment in Forsyth Fantasy Hour.
Yeah, we had an Aladdin reference, and it was like completely lost on everyone in the world of Noishing. And even Roderick, he was kind of just like, "What? Why did I say that?" Anyway, I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
Yeah. Okay. So Roderick's back. I was looking at more about remove curse, and so to kind of explain remove curse. Yeah. So this may be a little hard for the audience, but in episode 0, we've talked about there was the whole moment of Roderick being attacked by this poison that was made from a well forge. This well forge is still active, so this still has effect on it. Every well forge has a different purpose, and you're starting to learn which each one is. The well forge design was to combine a magical item with a non-magical item. The well forge of Malice was to make curses, and that's how they did it. They you would have to see if you went there on like how to do that, but yeah, there are specific things that they've done that has made this curse. It's tied to different spells.
Gotcha. So basically, like, the whole shtick with the Wellforge of Malice is just like, okay, well, if there were like 20 people here with remove curse like that, I mean, that'd just be good for us.
Yeah,
the curse thing is Malice's forge,
even
this whole thing.
If it's a major item or a magic item, a curse is still a curse.
Right.
So for a cleric to remove curse
makes sense.
Actually works. So yeah, I'll definitely allow it.
Yay. And my buddy is back.
Yeah, so and that gives you another little team member to utilize.
You got a cool voice, bud. That's cool. You're tall, too. Wow.
Jak, meet Roderick.
You're tall.
And then Roderick kind of like leans over to you and he goes, "Little man, yes, I am very tall. I am Big Rod." And he kind of like pounces on top of you.
Because you kept calling him that, if you remember.
Yeah.
And I kept telling you, he doesn't like that.
He starts to look in your face and he's just laughing and he's just super ecstatic.
Yes.
And
oh man.
As am I.
Quentin kind of takes a step back because he's giving him room. But he goes, "Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Roderick, it's good to finally meet you in the flesh, in the full."
In the full.
Actually, do any plans change now that we have a bigger man here with us?
Well, he could also stay. And help guard.
That's what I thought.
Sundune.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we need.
Yeah, there's no way we can have him hiding in trees like he was like 5 minutes ago.
No.
Yeah.
So 5 minutes ago, like an hour ago.
Yeah.
My bad.
I think that's pretty wise. Roderick, you okay with that? And he's just like, "I am delighted to stay here. That is perfectly okay with me." Quentin goes, "Okay, well, I think that, just about sounds pretty good. So, Emmy, me and you will go with Green Kid to go meet with Sylvian. And then Jak, if you don't mind going to the Well Forge." And he takes out a kind of note paper and he shows you, or he takes you, it's instructions on how to get into this secret room in weapons and gear. And he goes, "Okay, now the most important thing about these gauntlets is you need to be as careful as possible with them. You can't touch them. You can't do anything with them. And that's Emmy's role. She needs to take them."
Oh, she's got to like link to it or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't touch them if they're, I guess, for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because
I guess I won't wake up Gray. I was going to wake him up and have him come with me, but like maybe I'll just drag him with me. I don't know. Do I leave him?
I would say leave him.
I don't know, because I kind of want to keep an eye on him.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe we need to wake him so we know what condition he's in before we actually leave.
Oh, okay. That's right. I start slapping him awake.
he doesn't wake up.
Oh.
So do you
Lawrence, wake up.
He wakes up.
Oh.
Gray goes, "Okay, what happened?" And then he just screams when he sees Roderick. He's like, "Oh my God!"
This is what happens when you mess with the animals,
See?
Gray. You guys stop messing with the animals.
I love it. This is great.
Oh. Well,
you know how much I love animals.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, and by the way, he speaks, so treat him with respect.
Well, yeah, of course. Quentin goes, "Okay, that's nice and all." He goes, but seriously, with these gauntlets, how do party guardians work? I'll explain all of this in due time. But guardians spend their entire life training using these gauntlets as they see fit. For me,
my gauntlets are able to cast polymorph, which is how I'm able to turn into a giant griffin.
Really cool.
You can use that to enhance your abilities or use spellcasting powers.
I've been hitting things very good. So
Well, I'm glad.
yeah.
But each guardian usually should have a master. Like I did back in my day. Clearly you two don't. But when a master dies, if they choose so, they can endow their spirit into the gauntlets. And so Emmi, I know of a particular guardian, because I helped bury him in the cave leading to the Well-Forged Design. He had a whole time being there. So once you put on those gauntlets, the man named Archimedes will be your master.
Oh, okay.
Much like Rhett, your master is Jak Pilgrim.
Oh. Can I like talk to him?
You can. I don't know if we have enough time to do that right now.
Right. I know time and whatnot. I'm just
Maybe one day. Soon.
Yeah, really soon.
Yes.
That's okay. Yeah, that's
I can show you that when
really cool to
In
know.
your-
I'm kind of like looking back and forth at Gray too, because
In his training, in your training,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, and so
Oh, cool.
it's advantageous, and no one touches these gauntlets.
gotcha. Okay.
Other than Emmi.
Did you hear that, Gray? You're coming with me. Just don't touch anything.
Oh,
Oh, okay, yeah, I can come with you. That's fine.
Yeah.
And just
Lawrence, don't touch anything.
And then he just stands and he puts his hands like next to him, like he doesn't do anything. He doesn't move.
Oh. Lawrence, don't touch anything I tell you not to touch.
And then he kind of
Calms down a bit.
and be
Yeah,
careful with
okay.
using the whole L
and
word.
he keeps now he keeps shaking his head. He goes, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, I'm gonna ask you more about that on the way. But we are heading up into the caves. We're going to a Well-Forged, bud.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Let's get going.
Quentin goes, yeah, I think we should probably start heading out.
Okay,
Emmi, if you're ready,
sure.
we'll go get Green Kid. Then after we finish, we're all gonna come back to Sundew,
Okay.
and hopefully Drew people by that point tell us where the glaive is, and maybe we can get a jump attack on them.
Cool.
Because we can't have this construct walking around, and also we gotta get Spleen back.
Yeah.
So, does that sound good to you guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he starts walking out, and he starts to open the doors, and when he does, he can see Ander and Green Kid talking with Chief Moxie and Lieutenant Falone.
Oh dear.
I hide behind a wall.
And Quentin shuts the doors, and he goes, okay, well, this might be a little bit more complicated.
Good.
And then as he's looking out the window, as you guys look out, they're kind of talking, and when something happens, Green Kid looks, and he looks back at the manor, and he just points. Like, you can't hear what he's saying, but he points back at the manor.
Great.
So what do you guys want to do?
Wow, this sucks. Emmi.
And we have Roderick that is 10 feet tall now.
Right. No, Roderick's definitely going to stay here. Emmi, maybe plans change. Maybe, Emmi, you come with us back to the Well-Forged, because the cops are definitely going to just take us straight to
Yeah.
Six's Port.
Now that's an idea. We can just go round back, and maybe just Quentin goes with Green
Yeah.
Kid to the drop-off point. But in the meantime, wait, nobody's going anywhere because he's going to have to stop and talk to them.
Yeah.
And are they looking for us?
And as they're kind of walking up the manor, he goes, well, by what you told me, that sounds like it's about to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Do we feast them, or do you want us
look,
to just
I'll take care of it. I'll
Okay.
meet him at the drop-off point. Yeah.
Us three
Especially
leave.
Emmi, you need to get these gauntlets.
Okay.
I'm sorry I can't be there, but things have taken a little turn for the worst.
Okay.
So I'll leave whenever I can. I'll tell you when I do. But yeah, you guys gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
So we go out the back.
Sorry about the cops, Mayor.
He just kind of shakes his head. He's like, you guys got much to learn.
So us three, you, me, and Gray,
Gray.
go out the back. I guess Roderick just stays.
Yeah, he
just sits.
And
Just
he
sits.
turns to the two of you and goes, I'll see you guys soon.
Bye. Love you.
Later,
I
bud.
need you guys to make stealth checks.
Cool. Please be good.
I know. 9 and 1 is 10.
Okay, she got 10.
10.
I mean, I got a 23. So
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough.
cool.
So like you kind of you switch another intersect moment. You switch back into your thievery days, and so like you find a really good sneak like passageway to get out. Like through a window.
I use my city secrets. I've been in Sundew enough.
And remember, I can hide behind him.
Yeah, so like Emmy can like just latch onto you, and
She becomes my backpack, and
I can hide.
Yeah.
you guys kind of duck out. As we're saying all this, I will mention. I think maybe Gray does as he closes the window and he sees the police officers come in. He goes, "Hey, we left the gnome in there."
Oh my God, Jairus.
Well, wait, is the mayor taking him? Wait.
And he kind of looks back and he goes, "Yeah, okay, they're kind of talking. Okay, yeah, they're talking about him specifically. Oh man, it looks like the dwarf is yelling. Yeah, we should probably go though."
Yes.
You know what? Yeah, I don't really want to deal with Jairus.
No.
I still have his bag.
No, go. We're going.
I think that's good.
We're going.
All right, yeah, let's get out of here.
We're going.
So you guys,
I did completely forget about him.
I mean, I thought they were gonna take him to the drop off point, but I'm also just like,
that was the last.
Right.
That was the last thing we
right,
said.
but what are the cops gonna do about that? I should have been thinking. I would have been like, yeah, I'll drag him out to the window too, because the cops shouldn't be getting involved with the insect glaive. The authorities shouldn't be getting involved. They're gonna just slow everything down. That's what bureaucracy does.
So
I'm Jack Pilgrim. I'm a thief.
Oh dear.
But because of your thievery skills, you're able to get out of Sundew pretty quickly, and you guys are on the road, making your way back to the Wellforge of Design.
We're getting up to that Wellforge. I guess we have to fill him in too, because he was asleep that whole time we were filling the room in.
I mean, it takes about maybe a couple hours of walking,
right?
Because you were closer when. Because in my head, I was like, well, then how did they get to Sundew so quickly? Because you guys were pretty close to it. Okay. Getting back to the Wellforge, it takes about a couple hours. So you definitely fill in Gray on everything. And he
needs to fill us in. What happened with him? He was doing a lot of frantic
filling
in. Yeah. So like, what happened with the pill? Do you know what's going on with this whole...
Do you remember taking it?
What I explained with the pill before was... I met this big old lady who you guys have been calling Zorba.
She sucks.
Yeah, she does suck. She just offered me a deal to help me find Nicholas Stormborn. And so I thought the pill she was giving me was going to magically transport me to the Barbarian's Ball, which is what it felt like. But apparently she did some whole mind control thing to me as a test to test out how this stuff works. So that's why you were telling me that we met on the side of the road and I kind of fought against you, which was weird because I vaguely remembered that when we were going back.
Because you were under.
Because he was under.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when I got to the Barbarian's Ball, I was myself by that point. At least I think so. But what happened after... So that was the Barbarian's Ball. But when I came back... After I left Sundew, you guys were going to go to the Wellforge and do your whole thing. I wanted to go find, Ophelia and everybody else. I wanted to go make sure they were okay. I wanted to see what happened with the destruction of the Barbarian's Ball. And man, everything got really messed up pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know. The cops are really mad at us, and they were mad at us when they found out who we were. So they know?
Well, when I went to the scene of the crime of the Barbarian's Ball, everything was still kind of destroyed. The Arwen Community Center was kind of messed up. I told them that I was the one who called the authorities in the first place. So I said that I was Totem. So that kind of got me in some trouble because Totem's a vigilante and I'm not allowed to be doing some of that stuff.
Right, exactly. You shouldn't be turning yourself in. That's Thief 101. But you know what? Yeah,
but I'm not a thief.
Right, I guess that's true.
So they kind of let me off with a warning, kind of letting everything know. But I told them their name, and one of them said that they just got a call of meeting someone named Gray Orange up by Sundew.
Oh, it's a circumstantial thing.
Yeah, I guess that was you guys. I don't No, I didn't.
Yeah, no, it was.
You
I
threw
thought
his name under the bus.
I thought I was being real funny and like giving them your name.
And here's the funny thing. I said I was Emmy Orange. Ha. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have just done another name too.
Yeah, that's all I could think of.
Yeah.
So that's why you got in so much trouble.
So they were kind of interviewing me, especially like stuff that was happening, and I was telling them that all this stuff was coming from a well forge, and I told them the only other well forge I ever heard about was the ones you guys talked about, the well forge of design, but apparently this is a different one. And then through all of that, I ran into Jamie. Because some of his business stuff got messed up.
Yeah.
And when I was talking with him, there was rumbling that kind of showed up around. And
like literal rumbling? Or
yeah,
like...
in some of the wreckage, Nicholas and the Displacer Beast kind of came out and they were like kind of attacking people. No one got hurt. But when that happened, that's when the Insight Glaive kind of came out of nowhere. And that's when we all saw Irva again. But this time she had the metal contraption on her. And so when that happened, that's when I ran into Zorva. And so I told Jamie to get away, and he did. And so they didn't catch him.
Okay.
But then Zorva just started beating me up. They tied me off, and the department, District 6, they couldn't do anything to stop them. So they kind of came back for, I guess, the Displacer Beast and Nicholas.
So they may think that we're part, of them or part of the destruction.
But they did attack the city. They attacked a lot of people. So now they were all like dressed up in masks, which I had never seen them in, especially Zorva in that uniform before. I'd only seen her wear the mask because I assumed it was a respirator thing.
Well, you know what? Actually, this kind of sounds like it's more in our favor. If the authorities try to get us to, we could definitely just kind of hold up our gauntlets. Because you're getting some too. This is going to be really cool. We're going to be gauntlet buddies. It's going to be really cool. We are here to help. So there's no way that they can try to drag us down. And I don't know. I'm really happy with all this news. I'm really sorry for all the stuff that you went through and the stuff that maybe I made kind of harder on you.
Well, I'm just glad no one got hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, none of our friends.
Right.
A lot of people got hurt and I got hurt, but
yeah, I got hurt too. You hurt me. It hurt.
When did that happen?
Oh, in the forge. Remember when you lost all that life?
Oh,
health.
no, not that. When they turned gray on me.
They turned me on you?
Yeah, they did.
Oh.
I put you to sleep though.
I was wondering what happened.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to be up front. I don't know
I thought I got knocked
on.
out.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on with this whole L word thing.
Pill
thing. But it
I love you too.
It seems like it's still got you. So, I'm not...
We're gonna have to be careful how we use it.
We're gonna be careful with how we use it, but I'm gonna be using it. So I'm really sorry if you kind of go in and out of
consciousness.
I guess, yeah, but I'm gonna try not to take advantage. It's just it's a lot more helpful.
Okay.
I guess just follow my lead.
Yeah, I'll be prepared for it as much as I can be.
Cool.
You didn't do it in the past.
No.
Hour or so, right?
No.
Okay. No. Everything we've been doing on this walk has been, we've just been walking together.
Okay, because I just don't know.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, at any point I could have put you to sleep, like right now. I'm just kidding with you. Let's go. I'm just kidding with you. Let's
Stop
go.
it.
So you guys keep walking, and then you finally get back to weapons and gear.
Okay.
And then outside, there's not too many people. As in, there's nobody, but you can kind of hear the sounds of horses clopping.
Uh-oh.
Our way?
Yeah.
Oh, we better hurry up and get inside.
If one of you wants to make a perception check.
Yeah, I'm about to. 17 total perception check.
Okay. You can see down the road. It is not Moxie and Falone, but there are some more District 6 officers on horseback going your direction. So as if they're going to
So
to
can we
the Wellforge.
can we hurry up and scurry in before they can?
Yeah, they're pretty far down.
And can we lock that front door?
Yeah, we know how to close the door, right? Like, we can do that.
Can't we close the front door?
You can try.
Okay.
I think that would be a good idea.
So you guys run in, and as soon as you run in and you try to push anything on the keypad, nothing's working. Everything is still shut down.
Oh, that's true.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
Of course. I don't know why.
So you try doing that, and then you hear a very familiar voice tell you, "It won't work." And you turn around,
he's still here.
and
Brutus.
you see Brutus, and he's just kind of he's walking outside of the office, and in the office you can see Gordy and Maddox still asleep, kind of both resting in independent chairs.
Yeah, because it's really not been all that long that we left.
No.
Some of the everything kind of looks more or less the same. All the doors are up, and a lot of the automatons have been dismantled, or at least in the process of being dismantled. They're all on the ground. They're all deactivated.
Mm-hmm.
And Brutus kind of like pushes up his sleeves, and he comes walking over to you guys, and he goes, "What are you guys doing here?" Oh, sorry. Whoa, that's not.
Whoa, dang, Brutus.
Brutus, did you catch cold?
What are you guys doing here?
Well, there's a lot
something...
of stuff that happened, but I mean, long story short, we're back here for
something that
a pair of these.
Yeah, that we need. I need to get. There's something I need to retrieve.
Yeah.
Did you forget something?
Yes. We're gonna go back to go get something.
Yeah.
All right.
We won't be but a minute.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't mean to trouble you. There's some officers out there.
They're riding up.
They're mad at us. So like, you know, they're not trying to attack you or anything. But
yeah.
Okay.
So when they come up, maybe you might just want to talk to them.
I'll go talk to them.
Yeah.
And Brutus kind of just starts walking up the steps, and he goes, "Just go get what you need real quick, and just be on your way, guys."
Yeah. We'll be out of your hair.
Okay.
So do you know on that paper where to go?
So on the paper,
yes,
it tells you go to the workshop of where you guys first met, like Brutus when he was fighting the big giant. I kept calling it a bull. It was a minotaur robot. So that's where you need to go. There's a room in the northeast corner.
Gotcha. So we head over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the doors and stuff are open now. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys start making your way through. You're walking. It's kind of a weird, familiar sense because this is like.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. I mean, within a day, this place feels different. It's very, it's more open. It's, it seems like a burden has been lifted, but it's still for you guys pretty uncomfortable to be in. So you go into the workshop. The lumbering Minotaur is still on the ground, still deactivated. Brutus hasn't even started to mess with that.
What does Gray say?
He's just kind of looking around.
True.
And he's like, wow, there's a lot of tech in this room. It's kind of weird. I don't particularly like it.
Yeah, no, it didn't like us either.
Yeah.
What? Was this your doing?
Yeah, no, I took that single hand.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
You did?
Oh, you have no idea what all went on here just a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
is
really
the
cool.
pit, the green pit still there?
We're not in there.
No,
we're in the workshop.
We're in the workshop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say
It was another side of the.
Good.
Yeah.
Maybe Gray says that, and he's like, "Oh, so this isn't the forge. This is just an area of the place."
Yeah. No, there's a lot of fights that happen in here, and I took care of a lot of it. So, yeah. But this one was pretty easy.
Somehow I don't believe you. I'm gonna keep watching the door. If you guys want to look around the room,
that would be great.
So I need both of you to make an investigation check.
Cool. We both got the same base roll.
But I have an 8.
You have an 8? No, you got a 9.
I know, but I have a -1. However, I have a -1. So that's an 8.
So on my investigation, I got a 13.
Okay. It takes you guys pretty long time to follow Quentin's instructions to kind of figure everything out.
Yeah.
But eventually, Jak, you start running your hands along the northeast corner of the wall, and you find one stone that's kind of loose.
Okay.
What do you do?
I mean, I mess with the stone, I take it out, but then I try to do something a little bit smarter. I think like, oh, I'm looking for the gauntlets. Maybe if I invoke mine, it could do something.
But yeah, you can't physically take the stone out. But when you kind of take it out and you kind of put it back, you push it in, and so it's a pressure plate. So as soon as you push it in, there's sort of this rumbling noise, and the wall next to you starts to slide open. And you just see this 20-foot room, and it's kind of, especially for Emmy, I don't think you have dark vision because you're a halfling.
Not dark vision, but I have light. Like I can.
You can do it as a cantrip light.
Yeah.
So if you like hit your mace and kind of made your own makeshift torch.
Yeah.
I think you do that because you literally cannot see into this room.
Okay. Yeah. So there's light.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I guess in game because I have dark vision. So.
Yeah.
Okay. But I turn on a light.
Yeah. So you tap your mace and that starts glowing.
Yeah.
And you guys look and you see this small, 20-foot room filled with books, and there's a large oak desk, and there's papers littered all over the ground, and there's a lot of stuff like being covered by papers. Along the walls, there's different banners. They're each slight variations of the departed guardian symbol that's on Jak's cloak, and so the books and papers litter the room. Do you like look at any of these books or papers or anything?
A little, because we're looking for something. So as we're looking and we're moving stuff around a little bit, because I don't, I'm kind of afraid to touch too much, but we're looking at stuff as we're looking.
So, as Emmy, as you start looking at some of these papers, some of it is in languages you can't read. What are the what are the different languages you can read?
Well, halfling.
Okay. Nothing's written in halfling.
Okay.
Looks like I see common and halfling on your sheet.
Yeah.
You know
common.
What?
Common.
Do you have another language?
Winter wolf.
Oh, no, there's nothing written in Winter Wolf.
But common and halfling.
Oh, I thought you had another language.
I have Elvish and Undercommon.
So there's a couple stuff that's written in Elven. There's a lot written in Common, so there are some stuff that you're able to get. And all of these are different tales about different guardians or departed guardians throughout Noishing in different eras. You just start learning about each, like, these are different entries of different people and different teams that used to work together, and
cool.
It's kind of neat. And they go through pretty much all of the known era of Noishing, from like present day to way back when. And they're all signed by a guardian named Archimedes.
We've heard that before.
Yeah, that's what.
Whoa, that's okay. Your master's gonna be really cool. We gotta find your gauntlets.
Yeah. I won't make you do an investigation check. So you start looking for like where the gauntlets could be.
You want me to? Would invoking Arcana on mine do anything?
Sure. Yeah, you can try that.
Okay.
As you do that, Emmy, you pick up a letter that you can actually read, and it is a tale about Archimedes and Yuri. So when you're reading this,
A letter?
it's a couple letters. It's like pages kind of bound together. You find out that Archimedes and Yuri, they defended the Wellforger design during like the major wars for the Wellforges, because back in the day these things were highly sought after. So the letter reads, "My master Archimedes was the most talented and brilliant person I had ever seen. I would find myself frequently lost in marvel at his cunning nature and desire for problem solving. During my time at the Forge, I watched him ponder over and over at a problem he had always addressed. He would tell me that there needed to be a protector for this forge, one that can outlive the likes of he and I. My master spent years developing a new creation, a mixture of magic and machine. As Emmi reads this, there are a couple other entries that are missing, but the next one reads, as time passed, the clashes over the forges became less frequent. Archimedes' work almost seemed meaningless. By the time he had finished, no one cared about the forges anymore. One evening I fought with him, told him that he wasted his life on this project. He could have done more with his brilliance. At that moment, I believed he had failed me. I felt I put my faith in a wild madman who only wanted fortune and glory. Yet my master looked me in the eyes and told me this. If people try to protect others from harm, no matter the cost and no matter the sacrifice, that's all that matters to me. My master then activated his machine and the creature came out, a large floating skull. This creature took its place in front of the forge and stayed there. Archimedes smiled and lied upon the floor, closing his eyes, and he never woke up. Protect others from harm. Those are the words that I, Yuri Stonecutter, want to live by. So the big thing that sticks out to you is one, and then you kind of get a picture of what this creature looked like. It was a floating skull. It was the skull that originally protected the Wellforge
that I saw,
that Matic got rid of.
Yeah.
Also, you recognize the name Stonecutter. Yeah. That is Matic's last name. This is one of his ancestors.
That's what.
And as you look, Emmi, you find that this letter was addressed to Yuri's son, another Stonecutter. And then as you look, that there's a bunch of different envelopes are all collected, and the last one that was ever written was addressed to Matic.
Oh.
What do you want to do with that?
Well, yeah, maybe we can just take them,
Okay.
I'm not looking. I rolled Arcana.
Did you
I did it
what was your roll?
twice because I did advantage, and my best roll was a 19 plus 4. That's 23.
Okay, so as you start invoking the magic in your gauntlets, there is this will be cool. So you start feeling like this presence, and almost you can see this faint outline of Paladin Pilgrim kind of walk, and he leads you to a big stack of books. Mm-hmm. And then when you walk over and you move the books out of the way, there's a large cedar chest. And when you open it, there's a pair of gauntlets that are there.
Okay, I can't touch them.
You can't touch them. I was gonna say, wait.
Yeah, this is you.
I guess this must be them. Yay!
Does Paladin Pilgrim just kind of fade off?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel bad. Gray was over on the other side of like
he doesn't even notice any of it.
He didn't even notice this happen.
Poor thing.
I feel kind of bad. I'll just be like, yeah, next time, bud.
I'm like, oh wow, there they are. So I guess I walk over to them and
what was on the rest of the instructions? She just put them on.
Yeah. Okay. It was just to touch them and put them on.
Okay, yeah.
So do I just touch them and they put on, or do I actually pick them up?
You actually have to like put them on. Okay. You fasten them, and I think like
I show you how. Yeah, okay. It's like I had some trouble my first time putting them on too.
And because I am small, does that matter?
They seem a little big for you, but then after a while, as you kind of sit there, I need you to roll for Arcana.
Okay.
Nice roll. What's the
17
plus on that, or minus?
It's probably a minus.
It looks like a minus.
Nope.
For Arcana?
Hang on.
That's animal handling.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it's -1. So, but even still, 16.
Okay, it's a 16. And so these gauntlets slowly start forming towards your body type.
Okay.
And your shape, so they start like molding around your hands, and they start to feel like good.
Yeah.
Like they're not infused into you, but they do.
They form fit.
They form
fit. Yeah. Because at first I went like, okay.
And so as that's happening, your gauntlets start glowing. It's a little bit different. It's a different color than Jak's are.
I'm just envisioning green.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
So what color is yours?
You just said green. Oh, hers is green.
Hers is green. That's
okay.
What I meant.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Okay.
So like they start going this very bright green color. Nice. Vicky is wearing a bright green.
I happen to be wearing bright green.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think Jak's is like a really like J.J. Abrams bright blue. like lens flare bright blue. I just never thought about that.
I had always pictured the stuff with that and the s'more being like kind a bright blue turquoise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the cape is the
cape is the symbol on the cape is blue.
There you go.
That's
for sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
But so that starts happening, and then slowly in front of you, Emmy, you start to see someone that you've never met before, and it is, I hope I get this right. If I don't, I'm sorry. It's an Arakoa person, which is a humanoid eagle.
Oh.
So they have like, think of like a normal person body type, but their hands and feet are talons, and they have the head of an eagle, and they have big wings on their back.
Cool.
And so as you put them on, you can see this person was kind of doing something else, and then turns and sees like where they are, and they turn and look at you, and they go, "Oh," and then they just disappear.
Did I see that too?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
And we look at each other and go, "Oh, wow, that was cool.
Yeah,
that's
really cool.
That was so cool." And I'm just kind of keep looking at my hands, and I just look at look at you, and go, okay, that was cool.
I take a breath.
This has been a very emotional day.
Yeah, I take a breath. I kind of look around, and I'm just like, look, I think we'll probably be back here.
Yeah.
But I feel like you should definitely take those letters you found.
Yeah, let's take.
I don't know. I mean, it's up to you, I think. But if you want to give it to the stonecutters, I think you should.
Yeah.
But we got to get out of here.
Yeah, we do. Actually, we do, because he can only hold them off for so long. But
That's if he's doing that at all.
Yeah, and then we really don't want to even encounter anyone. We need to. Is there a back way? Is there only an in and out of this place?
Not that you know of. As far as you know, especially because you guys were trapped here.
Yeah.
It seems like there's only one way out.
Wait. Can we use a perception check to see if there's some other way?
Yeah, and
in
remember,
this new room we just found?
No. Wait a minute. When we were in there before, weren't there like tunnels?
Yeah, but like
there are
tunnels.
Like I think they were almost like because you can't. That thing went up there and you went up there.
Right. Yeah, Jairus went up there.
So yeah, there was like
yeah, but like maybe there's tunnels leading out of this room. I don't know. Can we do a check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
18.
Oh, cool. 18.
You're doing well
22
today.
22 perception. I'm doing.
Okay, we're gonna go with that. He turns in.
Yeah.
There is not in the room that you're currently in. Mm-hmm. There's no like exit. There's really like you've checked for airways and stuff. Like, it seems pretty secure. You go and you look when you step into the workshop. You look at some of the tunnels, and you kind of thinking to yourself like, yeah, we could probably get out through this way, especially because you were able to fit through them before, and then Emmy can for sure.
Yeah.
So that might be your other way out.
But the other guy.
Yeah.
Gray's
a bit taller than me.
A little bit, but he could probably fit.
Yeah.
And also too, I think we want to make certain that we close that door, that secret panel.
Oh yeah, no, for sure we do.
Yeah, as soon as we
do that on our
you
way
tap the stone again, it does shut and it looks totally normal.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I would say your best way out, other than the front entrance, is probably through the tunnels. You don't know particularly where it leads, but it could lead to somewhere. Mm-hmm. But when that happens, what do you guys do next?
I mean, try to head through the tunnels, I guess. Try to find our way out. I don't know, like, where, like, in and out, like, we would be, like there's the tunnels, and they're just kind of, like, overhead with a lot of the rooms in the actual forge, in the actual, like, weapons and gear factory.
Yeah.
And maybe we can listen for voices.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I don't know if they've gone away.
Or if they're inside.
As you kind of are, like, talking about that, you notice that Gray has been kind of peeking around in that three-way intersection. And he kind of turns and he goes, guys, I think we might have a situation.
Oh, dear.
What's up?
It's Zorva.